So this Strong Minds Congress is part of the Festival of Chess in Maia, which is organized by Academia de Xadrez da Maia and with support of Câmara Municipal da Maia. We would like to thank the Catholic Business School, so in person of the Dean of the Business School, because this is a bit out of the context of the normal activities of the school, but for us it's a pleasure to be here because we would like to have the Congress linked with the universities, because we think it's the role that we would like to develop in this Congress. So it's the first time that I organize this, but so for me it's like a starting point. I don't know if I'll need to organize the next year, but if it is, I would like to stress one thing, which is the value of chess in our professional life. So usually we stress the value of chess in development of our capabilities, but what we are going to try to do here is to link this chess mind, let's say the process of chess thinking, and how we use this in our professional life. So we are going to do this in two perspectives, because for me, chess, or developing a chess mind, is to create value for society. And I think not everyone is convinced of this. So we have to have evidence that this happens. So today we are going to be the three of us speaking. So Christian will speak about chess and try to link chess with business. We too will do the other way around. We are going to speak about our life and say our professional life and say how we think that chess is linked with what we do. So we have two perspectives. So my idea is, for me it's like a starting point of this approach, because I'd like next year to consolidate this, to see if we have more people involved. Because this link is not clear for everyone. So everyone thinks that chess is good because you start to think like a mathematician, so you develop your capabilities. But what I think is not only that, you develop your capabilities in your professional life. So if you integrate this in what you do. And for me this is important because if we want our kids, I wanted my kids to play chess, but if I want my grandchildren to play chess, I have to convince now my relatives that this is worthwhile because it creates some value in future professional life, the way they think to be forward. So that's why we are three of us speaking in different perspectives, because a chess player have to develop this approach to see what is doing, how can it be used, and we that we work and we play chess, we have to understand what chess taught us and how we can use this abilities. So we have two moments. First is Christian Stapp that is going to speak. He will be more for chess players, so more the technical side of chess. And I don't remember chess I have played, so I forgot my chess. So I don't play chess now. It's or my chess is very weak. So for me, it's more the development of chess, the process of thinking that I'm going to speak about. Okay. Thank you. So now Christian will start.
So thank you very much. I welcome everyone here. And first of all, thank you so much for the invitation for this excellent place. Actually, this is my first time in Portugal, but I already really enjoyed this in the second day. Let me introduce myself a little bit. I started to play chess when I was 5 years old. I always did very seriously, and I had several good results. Like I was several times Hungarian champion, several times European champion, World Championship silver medalist also. But my main, what I can mostly, but for that what I am mostly proud, that is the Grandmaster title. I know many of you heard about the Grandmaster title, but let me talk a little bit what does it mean exactly. You can imagine a little bit like, for example, a doctor title, yes, or a professor. Then the things are a little bit changed. Before we do the investment, yes, for playing, for training, coaching, and then when you become a grandmaster, then it is changing. You get invitation for many places, for tournaments also, and then you already don't have to pay for that. That's, I think, an important thing already. So this is how I can say briefly this. And so that's why I'm very proud of this to reach the GM title, Grandmaster title, and for all other Grandmasters also, because I know how hard it is to work for it. Yeah, let's continue. So let me talk about something. No, it's okay. So my teaching background a little bit. After when I was playing still actively, after some time I got some offers for coaching. So I got, for example, from a Chinese family, Indian students also to teach them. And I really like that work also because I always felt that is a good thing if I can give my knowledge to others. I always love these things. And after some time I should realize that the playing and coaching together is not really working well because my performance started to go down. Not that's why because my knowledge is not higher, because my knowledge is every day is improving, but your fighting spirit, yeah, so when you are in the tournament mentally also, you can't work on yourself so easily. So I decided slowly, let's change these things. And I also started to work to do workshops before business conference also. The most proud, what you can see on the picture, I am working for 4 years for the US Google. They invited me there to teach the Googlers for monthly for some chess and business strategy also. And since nowadays we also have like that. Okay, let me talk about a little bit connecting with the celebrities, what I am proud of. Let me sit down a little bit for that. So I believe that every encounter and story has contributed to my success. I'm sure you heard about in chess world the Portugal sisters. I'm not sure I have to introduce them. Very famous for all over the world. And my coach, whose name is László Hazai, he's famous for that. He was the coach of the Portugal sisters. And from him started my relation with the Portugal sisters as well. And I'm very proud of that day when once Judith Polgar called me and asked me, do you have time to training with me on the next week? Somehow I had some time. And yeah, and we started very serious work together. That time both of us were still active chess players, and I helped her for 6 years.
So, let me, receiving a phone call from Judith Polgar is like receiving a phone call from Mazzucato, or it's like a startup system. So,
Thank you.
or
Yes.
Kaplan, or so receiving in the business environment on one of those guys.
Yeah, and that was the same story also a little bit later with Peter Leko. Peter Leko was the most one of the most successful Hungarian chess grandmaster. He was the only in the Hungary history who played the World Championship match. With him I was also training approximately 6 years, and of course I got very good experiences from them, and even nowadays we are also in a great relationship, especially with Judith Polgar, because even nowadays we don't training as chess players, but in some businesses we do together how we promote the chess and that kind of education stuff. Yes, so how does chess relate to business and real life? I will tell some things about my book. My book came out this year, January, about this, and hopefully really soon it will be in English language also. Many grandmasters never get close to stars of chess. Observing them up too close, and not only great honor, but also an opportunity for learning. I was lucky for that, as I mentioned already, the Polgar sisters, and I can mention even their whole family, not only the sisters, like Susan, Judith and Sophia, even their parents. I had luck to know them. And I will tell you now a very interesting story about, for example, their father, Polgar László. He was the main manager of the whole family, and how does it relate to the business and everyday life? You can imagine that he's actually so active. He's already plus 70, but he's so active, man. You can imagine that. His wife complained us. He even almost can't sleep. He's usually sleeping 2-3 hours in a day because he's so active. He's just thinking about what can we do now? What could be something to do, and wake up very early. So sleeping, he feels that sleeping is just some waste of time. I don't mean that you shouldn't sleep. Yes, it's just an interesting example about that. Yes. Okay, so learning from the greats also. I'm also sure many of you know him on the picture. He's Garry Kasparov. He's actually the greatest chess player one of the greatest chess players in the history, one of the main world champion. And when he retired from the professional chess, he also started to do business things. Like he founded the Kasparov Chess Foundation, which supports education, promote of chess, and involved in technological and human rights initiatives also. So he is one of a person with whom there are related chess and business after that. The next one, whom you can see, also a very famous one, is Magnus Carlsen. At this moment he is already not the world champion officially, but still I think we can say one of the best yet. And he is already also in the very modern and new century, and he really focused already in the very young ages for his business. and he founded the Play Magnus Group, which has a great application also, with which he develops the education and entertainment related to chess, of course. And he's actively involved in the technology ventures as well. Yes, the next time probably is not so familiar already. He's Peter Thiel. He's the co-founder of PayPal. I'm sure about the PayPal you already heard. He's a very successful entrepreneur, and I'm not sure you heard about that. He loves chess so much, and he's one of the main businessmen in the world who is sometimes playing in chess tournaments also. I didn't see his name in the Maya tournament, but maybe in the future still it can be possible. Yes, so he's he many places, many websites possible to hear about him. He likes chess so much, and he believes that chess was helping for him a lot in his business career also. Yeah, the next whom I wanted to show is Marius Ashley. He's actually a chess grandmaster, but he's also mainly an educator who successfully used chess in the education and also in the business development. He leads chess education programs and organizes many things which are also related with chess. Yeah, the next one is Rex Sinkfield, whom I still wanted to show. He is from the USA, and he was the co-founder of the St. Louis Chess and Art Center. That is in the chess world. The St. Louis is a very famous club, anyway, where many good chess players are there already, and they organize super tournaments. So he also likes chess so much, and support and see the relations of the business and chess. Okay, so concept used in the real life translated into the chess examples. So let me talk a little bit about decision pressure. I like this topic so much because I think this is one of that what is very important in our everyday life also. So of course for a chess player, the decision pressure is very important moment. Why? Because many times we are in, when we, for example, play a game, chess time is going. So after some time the time is going down, and we start to feel we are in some pressure, and we should decide. But I don't need to talk only about the time. I can talk about that, for example, if we are something under attack. Yes, for example, our king is under attack, and we need to decide very quickly. And this is also that topic when in the business you also can experience that when you need to do it very quickly, otherwise others will catch the opportunity for that way. Let me say also a very interesting story about the Polder family. The Polder's father, about whom I was talking previously, besides that he doesn't sleep so much, he was a genius of that thing. Yes. He found out that very quickly, and realized very quickly, his daughter should play among men. And so instead of the women tournaments, he started to push them to play in men tournaments because he believed that they will be much better. That's why. Because of course the men tournaments were much stronger, especially that time. And he doesn't want that the girls are playing among other girls. But what happened that time? That time the world was a little bit different, and suddenly, because yeah, I should say other things also about that. He found what nowadays is a very normal thing, like their children was private students, didn't go to school, but the government didn't really support it. That time this was a very, very new thing, and they got attacked from everywhere. And that time, the government take their passports, so they couldn't travel abroad. Yes, and it was very hard for them because the chess was their life. They traveled all over the world, tournaments. So it was a huge break for them. And what did he do? He found out that, like, okay, this time my daughters will play on the Women Chess Olympiad in the Hungarian team. And what do you think? Did he think about it? Because they were among the girls already one of the best in the world. And if they win the Olympiad, maybe they get chance to get back the passports. Yeah, this is also some kind of decision. Yes? So, and this happened actually. They won the chess Olympiad with the 3 Polgar sisters. I think it's in own self also an excellent story. And they got back the passports, and they could go to abroad again to the tournaments. So sometimes we have to be very flexible, even if we have own rules or principles. If we need to change and make any decisions, it can be very, very important. Yes. Recently, anyway, let me talk about more not so serious, more funny stories also. Like recently, we got an invitation in a private party, and they invited a singer also. And they asked the singer, "Would you like to drink some whiskey?" And he said, "Oh, okay, thank you." And then after a few minutes, "Would you like one more glass of whiskey?" I said, "Okay, thank you." And then, "Would you like to drink some wine?" "No, thank you, I'm driving." This is also a decision, yes, not so serious than the Polgar family story. But, yeah, okay. And okay, let me talk about with some chess example. Is there anyone here who can't play chess at all? No, excellent, yes.
That is not.
But we already talked about in the beginning, you also know a little bit, so there is no here, so perfect. Okay, so I will do a different presentation about it, and let me show you the first example about, let's see this current position. What can we see on the chessboard? We can see that there are many pieces, yes, and black looks much better because he has simply more pieces, and his pawns are extremely strong here, attacking the queen. His rook is also very close to the white king, so white looks in a big danger. Yes, white's turn at this moment, so white is in a decision pressure now. His queen is hanging at this moment, his rook is also hanging, pawn is threatening with check, and the white king is in some trouble. Why can we see the black king? Why we first talk about the kings? Because the kings are the most important. Yes, if he gets checkmate, it's the game over. If the kings are safe, okay, then we can talk about other principles also, but now the kings are very, very important. So white is in some trouble and some pressure. What should white do here? if any of you have any ideas, just feel free to say. I don't know, is there any chess player here? No? No, okay, that's great. Yes, excellent. So what to do with white here? We are not in check, so with the king, we don't need to move. Do you know what is the second strongest piece in the chess? The queen, excellent. Where is the queen here? Yes? It is under attack. So probably with the queen we should do something. But if we play a very normal move, for example, just go here or something normal place, then we will lose our rook and we will be already much worse situation. Or even get an unpleasant check here. The queen will also connect to the attack, so white will have a big problem. He has to do something very quickly. What do you think? What is the most forcing move in chess, with which we make some difficult for the opponent?
Queen c3.
Yeah, I didn't think about the exact move.
Sorry.
Just no problem. An exact move. Give check. Excellent. Give check to the opponent. Why? That is a very good thing to give check. Because his king is under attack, yes, and he has to avoid that or move with that, yes? Exactly, so queen c3 check is a very interesting move, what you say, almost the right solution. But okay, what happening after that if he would take with the pawn, yes?
Yes. You can do
He takes
with the rook.
He takes with the pawn, yes, we take with the rook, excellent. But then the king escapes here, or even blocks with the bishop, and
You can do that.
we don't really have continuation, black is actually winning. So we should figure out something like this thing. Let me show you the first move, because it's not easy. How about if I go here with the queen? This is one of the most crazy moves, yes? Here. So, yes, this is one of the most crazy moves, because the queen is simply unprotected and we don't know what can we do after that.
So if you take with pawn, then you have the rook, checkmate.
Yes, first let's see that he can take with the king, he can take with the pawn also, he can take with the other pawn also, and he can take with the bishop. 4, yes, so it's one of that maybe he will see, yes? So queen c3, what you said was much more logical at the first sight. But let's see this. Let's go one by one. How about if he takes, for example, with this pawn?
Bishop d4.
Excellent. Bishop is coming here and checkmate. Yes, we lost the queen, but checkmate is more important because this is the end of the game. How about if he would take with the other pawn?
Rook h5, mate.
Bravo. Rook h5. I see we have very good chess players here. Excellent. But it's perfect.
He showed us this before.
Okay, how about if he takes with the bishop?
So it's b4.
b4, very nice. Pawn checkmate. And finally, how about if take with the king?
Rook b6.
Yes, rook c6 checkmate. Perfect. Why can we talk about this example? When we played the first move, then it was already not so hard when we saw one by one. Yes, as I showed the one of the pawn takes, then the other, then the bishop, you found the checkmates very quickly, yes? But is it easy to find the first move? To come here with the queen? No. Why? Because how our brains are working, we don't want to blunder pieces, yes? We don't want to give up our pieces. We are just thinking about how to try to survive. So this is the first what I teach, for example, my students mentally also. Sometimes you have to think about this kind of moves also in the decision part, because otherwise we can just play very normal moves. So if you want to be better than others, you have to think about the special moves also. If, for example, you lose something, it not means that you play immediately in the game and lose all of your pieces. So it's important to think forward, but don't So consider also these moves a little bit, especially in hard and sharp positions. Anyway, the fourth world champion, Alexander Alekhine, said a very interesting thing. He said that if he has a position, and especially in a sharp position, if you can go with your piece to that square where many opponent pieces attack that, I always consider that. I hope it was understandable. So this is that square. Yes, it is completely correct because many of the opponent pieces could take that. Yes, pawns, king, bishop. So it not me, of course, most of the times we don't have like this, but many times this can be the right way. Okay, excellent. Let me show you the next one. Next one will be also the topic of the decision pressure, but in a completely different position. Let's analyze a little bit together. First evaluate the position. What do you think first sight? Whose position is better? White or black?
White.
Black. Okay, this is already the second side actually. But yes, because first we can see that white has an extra bishop, yes? So an extra bishop and black has just pawns. So we call this in chess an heads-up. But if we see a little bit more deeply, we can see that black has two very strong pawns and they will be queen very quickly, and this looks completely unstoppable. Yeah, so that's why you already mentioned, you are familiar in chess, black is better. And it's completely true because we can see that with the bishop, we can't stop them at all. And we can also consider that our pawns are much slower. This is the pawn what can go, but 1, 2, 3, 4 moves to the promotion, black has only 2. But if we are playing precisely, still white can save the game. What can we do in this position if we reach, for example, in a game? Two options. One of them is we give up, yes, and resign immediately because we see he is much faster, or think a little bit more deeply and maybe try to do a right decision. Let's talk about a little bit how can we, okay, when we can't here, it's impossible. The draw also would be already a great result. But how can we reach a draw in chess? Do you know what kind of draws there are in chess? So one of them, if we take all of the pieces, yes, and only 2 kings. Something else? How can we reach the draw?
Okay, that's what he's going to offer.
Yes. There is also when we have the repetition, yes, so we play 3 times the same and the opponent also 3 times play the same, but okay, that is not possible here because he will go to pushing the pawns. What is the third one, what is still possible? Do you hear about the stalemate? What does it mean in chess? The stalemate means that when that side who has the move can't play anything. So it's almost like the checkmate, but the king is not in under check.
Okay, so we're going to put the bishop in a5. We're going to push pawn to b4 in the stack.
Amazing. Maybe you should next time do the chess workshop also. Excellent. Yes. Professor in that also. Amazing solution. Yes. How can we stalemate ourselves to close all the pieces because we can't sacrifice all? We should close them, but how to close everything? The bishop is going here first. What will black do? Doesn't matter, but he will also continue his plan, yes? Push one of the pawn. Then we will go with the bishop here. Like looks the most crazy plan, yes? Instead of activate the bishop, I close my own bishop, yes? So generally this is completely opposite than the normal principles. H1 queen. Yes, so if the pawn reaches the first rank, he can change for another piece. Usually they get queen because that is the strongest piece. And the last move is going here with the pawn. But why we play these moves looks completely no progress. The idea was that if we see that black can move anything, but white, let's say he plays for example this, white cannot play anything at all. We closed our bishop. This pawn couldn't move earlier also. This pawn also can't. These pawns are all both blocks, and the king also cannot go anywhere, because everywhere the opponent pawns are controlling. So we call that we stalemated ourselves and we saved the looks completely losing game. So we call that in chess this is a very brilliant study. Nice, okay. I hope it was also understandable. And let me show you the last one of this topic. Let's see this position. What do you think? What is the difference between this position and the previous two?
No pieces.
No pieces, yes, only kings and pawns. But what can we see? Who is materially better? Who has more pawns? Black. Yes, black has 3, white has only 2. And if there are only pawns, one pawn is also can be already decisive. So if someone has a pawn up, that is usually deciding the game. And here also we can see that black has. Moreover, his pawn is already very strong here. And the black king will just come here and promotion will be very, very simple. Looks completely hopeless for white. So we also have to do a right decision here.
Who's playing?
White played also. If black to play, he would play king h2 and just promote the pawn. This will be actually the easiest example compared to the previous two. Because here we really have forcing moves. That's why this is much, because in the previous we had several opportunities. Here if we just want to avoid the opponent threats, like coming here with the king, we have just only moved to avoid that. King g3. Excellent. So we block with the king, and now we attack his pawn. What will he play to protect this? H5. Excellent. He has to play this. And let's see what to do now, because our situation again looks hopeless. Because he protected himself, I can't promote my pawns because this is blocked. If I go with this, the opponent will take soon. So what can I do here? Fortunately, we don't have so many options, so that's why it won't be hard to find the next way. Just feel free to say king f4. Yes, but if we move with the king, again he will come with his king, and his pawn is very quick. So I will. So if I go here and take this pawn, probably this was your plan, yes, to take that, I will be much slower than the opponent. So here, even if we don't calculate argument, we can feel that it will be pretty slow and we don't really have a real chance. Let's see how about if instead of that we push it for e4. Okay, now he is also in kind of Zugzwang. Zugzwang means in chess when if the opponent has to move, that is bad. That is very rare anyway. Especially in the end games you can meet with these things. What is his only move? King g1, yes, go with the king here. Because the other move would be pushing the pawn, but we take it and already we will win the game, yes, because this pawn is actually free for the promotion. So king g1. King is going like here. And now we also have to be clever and smart. And don't use always the most natural continuation. Little bit we go out, we step out from our comfort zone. Because what would be the normal comfort move?
You play
Doing
E5.
the king.
You play E5.
Let's see how about if we move the pawn to e5. Looks a bad move because the opponent will take, yes. Looks only move. Otherwise I promote first. And what can we see here? What will white next move? Cannot. Yes, cannot move again. A stalemate like the previous example. The white king cannot go anywhere, and again we survived this looks hopeless position. Okay, excellent. So let's go back to the presentation. Here, yes. What is another very important factor still in chess and also in business? The right calculation. Because that is what was also in the previous examples. Beside the decision, we had to calculate what will be the opponent answer. Yeah, so this is the point of the chess also. If you just play a move without that we see the opponent move, it is the right way. No. Yes? We have to think with the opponent head. That's why the chess is a brilliant game, because if you just do it, you start to think with the opponent head also in the other parts of the life as well. Okay. Yeah, there is a very, very funny sentence from the third world champion, who was Raul Capablanca, because not chess players usually ask that also from me, how many moves can you calculate forward? And my answer is always that actually I can calculate any moves forward, even 50 or 100 moves also I can keep in my mind. But the hardest in chess is that after all you need to make a decision, and from all of that the opponent has several answers, several possibilities, and you evaluate all of that, and you are also excited that maybe you blunder something. This is the hardest part of that. And they asked from the third world champion, how many moves do you see forward? And he said a very funny answer. I see only one move ahead, but always that is the best. Of course, if we play chess, we are smiling on this because of course we have to calculate forward for that. But this is also part of that. He shows his self-confident with this phrase. Yeah, also let me show an example for the calculation. It will be also a chess example. What is a little bit different one, but also easy. Let's see this position and let me flip the board. Let's say we are black. This is also will be related with the decision pressure, because also if we see the position a bit more deeply, we can see that. Well, what do you think? Who is better in material now, white or black? Materially white. Why? He has two rooks, black has only one. Yes, so there are two rooks, one here, and black has only one here. And we have a bishop for that. We call in chess this is an exchange for white. And also, there is one extra pawn for white. Why we like this kind of positions and this kind of puzzles? Because we have to play very well. Let's say we are black. Otherwise, we are losing. Yes, material we are worse. So we have to give up the game soon. So we really have to find out something. Let's see what can we imagine here to crush the opponent.
Well, the first instinct that I get is to get the king out of the cage.
Very good, very good. First of all, let's try to attack the opponent king, yes, because that is the most important piece. With his queen we cannot do anything. So, yeah, with his king we should do something. We should start to see and consider the checks. What can we even imagine here?
I'll have to calculate, but maybe.
Okay, let's say you don't have to calculate this at the end, this is just an example. G3, excellent.
G3.
Yes, so go here with the pawn. Why is it a very forcing move beside that this is a check?
Because yes, the capture red was.
Exactly, so the rook it's called a double attack. So his rook is also hanging, so if his king would be escape back, then we would take his rook and then we take a rook back, we have already a piece up. So that wouldn't be a challenging move. So the only question is that how about if he takes our pawn? We lost one more pawn, so materially we are worse, but not the material is everything. Yes, like in the life, not the money is everything. Yes, investments are also important because maybe that will take more money for the future. Here also we sacrifice more pieces, but maybe we will have to give checkmate more for him. Yes, this is G5. This is very normal to give with the check with the queen somewhere very near here. But the problem is that the queen will escape back and I can't really continue the attack.
Not the bishop.
If the bishop still we can give, yes, the king escapes to the corner. Maybe we still go here, yes, threatening with checkmate on h2. But unfortunately his knight can jump here and he avoids everything. And his pieces will become very active. Yes, pawn f or something like that. Because what can we see in this position? His pieces are pretty passive. Yes, on the back rank. They are just standing there and the position is very closed. Closed means that the pawns are, there are a lot of pawns here. It wouldn't be, for example, two pawns. For example, these two pawns. We can imagine there are no here. The position would be opened because open the rook fire, yes, our king will be hanging immediately, his queen will also attack, so then it wouldn't be so easy, but now it's closed. That's why we have several possibilities because we can see that however he has material advantage, here for example his rook and his queen cannot help for his king. Let me show you the solution because it won't be easy. Let's go with the queen here. Looks again a crazy move because we blundered the queen.
I will not get.
Yes, but what is the point of that? The point of that, his king cannot escape back, he must take. And what can we see now? Besides that we even lost the queen, doesn't matter because materially was already worse. Yes, we were already worse, much worse. So one more queen doesn't matter if I get practical chances with that. Also decision beside the calculation. However, it is an important thing here, of course. We have to calculate here something because, okay, without any calculation to give up the pawn and queen and later the bishop also, that would be not so logical.
Give another bishop.
Give another bishop on e5, but why? Because the king has to go more forward, yes? Let's say he takes this also, but his king is already in our side. What do you think? His king should be in a safe place or it's good to go forward? In a safe place, yes? To escape somewhere in the corner, that would be good, but we don't give him opportunity for this. Now we give a knight check. Why we give the check here? We already couldn't sacrifice more pieces with chess, fortunately, because the king cannot escape back. This is what we discussed, yes? He has to go forward. And now coming one of the hardest moves in the game, this we call in chess quiet move. What does it mean, the quiet move? Which is not check and not capture. Why is it hard? Because if you always give check, it looks easy. Check, check, his king has to escape. Not so difficult, easier we can calculate. But if I play a quiet move, it means that I just play a let's say a random move, the opponent again will have a lot of opportunities. Yes?
Rook C.
Rook c8, excellent move. Why we go here? Because we cut the white king escaping opportunities to here. Yes, and on c7 also. And at this moment we are threatening with checkmate in one. Can you help me what is the checkmate in one threat?
Knight B7.
Yes, knight b7. Knight is coming here and this is a checkmate because this knight is controlling this square, so this king cannot escape that. And every other squares are I control with the bishop, pawn and with the rook. So what is his only move to prevent that? Because the position is kind of closed as we discussed previously. What is the only opportunity to control this square with white? Rook, yes, rook b1, excellent, rook b1. And still the second hardest move in the game now, with which we can create him a mating threat.
Rook C6.
Rook c6 is the most straightforward continuation, but after that his king is going here. Even I can give another check on e5 or f8 as well, but his king somehow escapes because on the other hand, I don't have so much pieces for the attack. So we really have to be precise already here. So the right move here, or would you like to find it?
Yes.
Because you can wait if you want.
We should get this more quickly, but
Excellent. Actually, I'm very happy to see.
I think
Excellent. I'm very happy to see that if you are so active in the chess also, you can imagine. First, when the US Google invited me, I really prepared about many presentation and business things, and a little bit I switched for chess like now. And they also, when I started to show chess examples, became so active. Oh, yes, how about that? So I realized that sometimes we have to change a little bit because many people like that so much. Bishop e8, excellent move, congratulations to find it. Another quiet move because now will be, the idea is rook c6 check, but this d7 square is controlled by the bishop. Also, why not easy to find this move? Because it's a passive return. Yes, if the opponent king is forward and we are materially very bad, we just try to see the active go forward. But this is not an active move, but this is the solution and no possible to avoid the checkmate. So why the topic here is the calculation? Because how many moves did we have to see in advance? 6, what is actually 12, because 6 with white and 6 with black. Is it easy to calculate 12 moves in advance? Not so. Yes, to imagine the position, okay, his king is coming, because of course in the chess game we can't play these moves. And then, okay, we take back if it is not good. We have to calculate without making the moves, and when we are right and ready with that, then we can play only. Okay, excellent. So let's go back. Here. Okay, alright. I also tell you a story about my personal.
Christian, so just one thing, was this a real game or is it a study?
That was a real game, the previous.
Okay.
Previous was a real game. Okay, this was actually.
Was the first one? First one was not really.
The first one, no, the first one not. Yes, because that
Never happened.
not really. Okay, wasn't an illegal position, but not really. Yes, couldn't really come out. So that was a study, but this last one, this was a practical game. Yeah. So once when I was still younger, and my father also came with me in Budapest in a tournament, I played against very strong Russian Russian grandmaster who was the strongest in the tournament, and that time I wasn't still grandmaster. I was just fighting for the title. And usually the typical in these tournaments is that if you play against the strongest player, or at least the highest, people start to afraid of them and they are very happy for the draw already against them. Fortunately, I was always the opposite. I really liked the challenging and fighting against them, and I was never worried about if I lose. And I was in the round 5th, I was playing the highest rated Russian grandmaster who almost all of the games he won in the tournament. So he was the best. He was the top there. And the game was going on, and okay, I like always the complicated position. It doesn't matter who is the opponent, and somehow, in a moment after the 3rd hour, my opponent offered draw. As I mentioned, my father also came with me, and when he heard that, he was very happy and went out to the playing hall and talk about others. Oh, very good, my son is only, I was 14 years old or something like that, we play draw against the top player, it's excellent, it's so good. But suddenly, I didn't make him so happy, this happiness with my decision, because suddenly I refused my opponent's draw offer, and I continued because I felt that why don't continue? This is a fight and I like to do this. And okay, the game was going on, and I won the game after 2 hours later. Yeah, this is important to mention in the story. When I played the move and the game was going on, after some time my father also came back and see the game, and he was shocked. Oh, my son is crazy. Yes, he didn't agree the draw and continue the game. Oh my God, what will happen? I already told everyone he will play the draw. And okay, then when I managed to win, he even became more happy, and then talk about everyone like, yeah, he managed to win. It was actually he didn't agree the draw. He's a great fighter, and managed to beat the top seed grandmaster in the tournament. Okay. So. Yes, I have to, as I mentioned previously, I wrote a book about chess and business.
I'm
Yes.
also moderator.
Yes.
And
It's already time, yes? I'm talking too much. Okay, alright. Okay, let me finish quickly. So, the title of the book, what I published, is Could You Beat Him? There are many stories about this, but okay, I already don't talk about everything, because indeed the final result actually what is truly matters. Yes, just a few interesting things about that. Some facts about chess you might know, like. Do you know that if those people who are playing chess regularly, I don't mean in tournament, just maybe online or something like that, the logic is 30% better than usually than the others. I think many people didn't know that, so there are scientific facts about it. Also, yeah, of course, if you solve many studies and try to play better in your game, so you improve yourself, your memory will be also much better. So for example, I always say that example when my wife is telling me to go to the shop, I don't need to write the list what should I buy, because I can remember for that. And one very important thing, did you know that our kings and queens also in the past, they played chess, many of them, and they already played the wars, the battles before that in chess boards. Yes, and many of them managed to win the wars because of that they play in advance in the chessboard. How to come with the knights, with the bishops. So actually, what I can recommend for everyone here, like if you do a little chess every day or regularly, this is just very useful for everyone and doesn't matter in which level you are. I always say that example. I think everybody agrees that to go regularly to the gym, it's very useful and healthy. Yes? But what do you think if we work for our body? We shouldn't work for our brain, what is controlling for everything. So thank you very much for the invitation. I would be very happy here, and I hope we can meet in the future also. Thank you so much.